Hello, everybody. Welcome again today on our 30 Days, 30 Tips Challenge on Burnout. And I'm so happy to have you here again today because today we're talking about the ABC of burnout prevention. My name is Vasis Sarandopoulos and I'm a psychologist and the founder of ANTILONELINESS. Welcome again today on our tips for burnout. So let's start with the first element, the first and important element of burnout prevention: sleep. Do you sleep enough? And when we say enough, we mean that for an adult, enough is 7 to 9 hours at least. In that element of sleep, I would also like to introduce something extra, like, do you also take a power nap during the day? Do you have the time to rest a little bit? So when we say sleep, we mean let our brain sleep a little bit, not only sleeping during nighttime. So do you rest during the day? Take a power nap or just close your eyes and just keep all images and all information out of your brain and relax. Also, when we talk about sleep, what are your sleeping habits? What happens an hour before you sleep or an hour after you sleep? Do you use electronics? That can be something that distorts your sleep. It makes it more, bumpy, or it's not so quiet, so serene. So do you use electronics? Do you prepare yourself like an hour before going to sleep, having low lights, even having light conversations with your partner or with your friend or family that you're talking? So remember, back in the previous generations, they used to say, never go angry at bed. Never go to bed if you have a fight with your partner. Make sure that you resolve it before you go to bed. Well, sometimes resolution doesn't come before bed and we cannot force it. We cannot control that. So it's better if we say, let's take a break and then come back tomorrow because we cannot sort it out today. I prefer that than having to spend 3 hours fighting with your husband or wife. So let's keep it light before we go to let's help our body slow down the blood pressure and our heart palpitation to calm down. It is a preparation that starts and we can be in control over that. Make sure that we drink or eat something which is light and we don't upset our stomach. So sleep, when we say sleep, which is the most important element of burnout prevention, is, you can see, it's not only how many hours you sleep, but it's the whole context around it. The second important thing is eat. Do you eat well? Do you eat enough? Do you eat healthily? Do you eat three main meals, but also snacks in between? Or do you deprive your body from nutrients and from the vitamins that it needs? Because usually I hear people that they are suffering from burnout, that when I ask them about their habits, the daily habits, their daily eating habits, they usually say, well, I have one main meal at the end of the day. That can be like starving. And at the same time, we're talking about eat. Do you also drink water, or do you also dehydrate your body for the whole day? So make sure that you eat in between the meals. Make sure that you also don't forget to have your meals. Sometimes we're just in front of a computer and it's 11 o'clock and we say, well, in about 1.5 hours, I'm going to have lunch. And then suddenly it's 4. Oh, how did that time pass? If you know that you will be prone to forgetting the basic things, that's why we have smartphones. Set an alarm. Make yourself remember that now it's time for lunch. Otherwise, you will forget. And we don't want to forget, because this is very important. And the third most important element is exercise. You don't need to run a marathon. You don't need to practice, to train for a triathlon. No, move. This is the element of exercise that we're talking about. Move your body. You know, they say sitting is the new smoking. We forget to stand up. We forget to move our body. We forget to walk. And even if even if somebody exercises for half an hour or 1 hour a day, but then the rest of the day is spent sitting, that's also not healthy. Just the fact that you're just walking or exercise for one day is not, for 1 hour is not enough. We need to move our body very often, very often. And again, use your smartphones, set an alarm. And that's something that smart watches have incorporated in their softwares to vibrate and to make you see that it's now time to stand up. You have been sitting for an hour, or you have been sitting for 2 hours. Chop, chop. So that's the message that we want to send our body. When we're doing these three things, the ABC of burnout prevention: exercise, eat, and sleep, we're actually sending our body, our brain, the message that I care about my health. I care about my me. I don't forget me. My health is important. I am important. That's the message. That's what changes everything in burnout. When we start becoming more human, when we start behaving to ourselves in a more human way without forgetting the basics, then we're already halfway in preventing a burnout and in recovering from a burnout even. What is your experience? It may sound simple, the ABC: sleep, eat, and exercise. But what is your experience? Is it really so easy? Looking forward to listening to your comments, reading your experience. And thank you very much for being here today. Take good care of yourself. Have a nice day.